Everybody, in this video we're going to be talking about what a seller pays for when they sell their home. Is it like how it was when they first bought their home? How much money do they need in order to sell their house successfully? These are some of the questions we'll be talking about in this video, so stick around. Hi everyone, I'm Karina Shijo and I'm a real estate agent here in Hawaii, helping you grow your wealth through real estate. If you haven't done so already, consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the bell so you'll be notified when new videos come out. Let's get started. As a seller, this is all about disclosure and fully disclosing to your buyer everything they need to know about the property. The following items are a part of the purchase contract and necessary in order to have a successful closing and even beyond closing. Because if there's anything that hasn't been disclosed by you to your buyer can file a lawsuit for non-disclosure. This paper trail of documentation proves they received the home as agreed upon in the contract. So let's get started. So the first one, condo docs and community association docs. Now this only applies if your home is a condo or in a community association. And also note that just because your home is a single family doesn't mean that your home may not be a condo. For example, if you live in Eva or Eva Beach, a lot of those single family homes are in condo communities. Payment is required at the time of ordering. They usually take about 10 days to come in, so you want to make sure your agent orders them early in order to meet the deadline that you have through the contract. Cost is roughly around $375. So the next one, termite inspection. Now in Hawaii, buyers typically select the termite or pest control operator and seller pays for the cost of it. The cost of the inspection report is typically based on the size of the home. Payment can be due at the time of closing, but in some instances, upfront payment might be required. The cost of the report is typically $500. If there are any findings coming out of the report, as a seller, you would be responsible to remedy, repair, fix the termite problem and any damages to the home. So for example, if they find termites, you may need to tent the house. Also, if there is termite damage that makes the home unsafe, you might need to pay for repairs as well. So it's a good idea to check for these things up front before you sell your home. Good thing to know, right? So the next one is kind of related as well, and that is pet treatment. If you kept cats or dogs or any kind of pets in the home, you would be required to treat the home for fleas and ticks. Pet-related treatment is typically a spray for fleas and ticks around the home. You just need to provide the receipt to your buyer showing that you did treat for fleas and termites. Fleas and ticks rather. The other thing is, if you don't do it, escrow has the right per the purchase contract to withhold funds from your proceeds until it has been completed. This is in the contract, so check it out. The next one is the interior cleaning of the home. Might not seem like it's a big deal, like cleaning a home, but in the purchase contract, there are specific things that you would need to cover through the cleaning. And basically, it can be done by yourself for certain items, but as an agent, I just recommend that you get this professionally done because it's easier. We can furnish a receipt that it was done, and the buyers are typically satisfied with that. One thing that has to be professionally cleaned no matter what are the carpets. If you have carpets in the home, they have to be professionally shampooed, and you have to again provide the receipt that it was done by a professional cleaner. Now the cleaning is due on or before 5 days before the closing day, which is typically the final walkthrough date. If there are any issues that the buyer finds through this final walkthrough inspection, you would need to remedy them. So if there are any costs coming out of that, you would be responsible for that as well. Now the costs for cleaning are based on the size of the home, how heavy cleaning, how much cleaning they have to do. So for example, roughly a 1,200 square foot home is roughly around $500. Payment is typically due at the time of service, but in some instances, it can be due at closing. Now this might seem like a long list, but it's not really. And again, I just want to stress, this is all about disclosure, and every single step of this protects you as a seller from just frivolous, litigation. Okay, staking or survey. So if you are in a condo, this doesn't apply to you. Only if you're in a single family home. Basically, you want to stake or have surveyed your lot to mark the barriers. And what they're looking for here is encroachment. You'll get a report showing if there is any kind of boundary encroachments, and if it is too much, it might need to be corrected before you can pass the property over to the buyer. Now this report is due 20 days into the contract. Cost for the survey or staking report is roughly around $600, and that is based on size and ease of access to the lot. Payment is generally made at closing. Now in some instances, it might be higher because the lot is not easily accessed. Say for example, you purchase raw land that hasn't been staked before. The land is a heavy terrain that has trees and rocks and is not entirely safe. It might be a little bit higher to get that done. If there are any issues that arise as a result of the reports you provide to your buyer, you will need to remedy or repair these items. Otherwise, escrow can withhold your funds at the end of closing in order to get these items corrected. Okay, so agent commissions plus GET. So it's typically around 6%. That 6% gets split between the buyer's agent and the seller's agent. GET is general excise tax. This amount is actually negotiated at the time you sign your listing agreement. Okay, so the next one is closing costs, which is typically comprised of the title insurance premium, prorated taxes, prorated maintenance fees, any charges that escrow assess, and any other fees for recordation. Now, escrow is going to give you an estimate of all the charges for your review a few days prior to the closing signing. Your agent will also review that estimate of charges. In a normal transaction in Hawaii, the seller typically gets paid out the day of recordation. So this whole section, agent commissions plus closing costs, is typically around 7% as an estimate. So on a $500,000 home, that is approximately $35,000. Now, providing these documents, reports, and services to your buyer ensures that you are doing what you are supposed to, and that is disclosing to your buyer what they need to know about your property before they buy it. If you have any questions or comments about this video, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. Thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate your time. If you're in the Oahu and Maui market and are looking for a realtor, feel free to reach out to me. My information is in the About section of this channel. You can also reach out to me on Instagram and Facebook using the links in the description down below. And if you found this video helpful, feel free to give it a like and subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified when new videos come out. Until next time, have a great week and I'll see you soon.